Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how did we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the eCommerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your host, John Suder, Bart Mroz, and Brittany Blackman. The eCommerce Minute is a production of SUMO Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm located in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com.
Hello, listeners. It's Brittany Blackman, Junior Marketing Coordinator at SUMO Heavy. A quick note. We're in an unprecedented time, but with this comes an unprecedented amount of unity. Everyone is coming together to help, no matter what industry they're in. And now we're doing our part. If you advertise on the eCommerce Minute, we'll donate 100% of the proceeds to Slice Out Hunger. Slice Out Hunger sends pizza to healthcare workers on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic while simultaneously supporting small businesses. To get involved, drop us a note at hello@sumoheavy.com or reach out through our various social media accounts. Stay safe, stay inside, and wash your hands. We're all in this together.
It's eCommerce Minute, episode 680.
In today's episode, Amazon equips Alexa to answer coronavirus questions.
Amazon has announced that it has added features to its Alexa voice assistant that can help its users determine the risk level for having contacted the COVID-19 coronavirus. As of now, all Alexa users in the United States can ask Alexa questions like, Lady in the Tube, what do I do if I think I have COVID-19? Or, Lady in the Tube, what do I do if I think I have coronavirus? Upon which Alexa will begin triaging them. After these preliminary questions, they'll provide Centers for Disease Control guidance based on your risk factors and symptoms. The service is also available in Japan, where Alexa provides Japanese Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare guidance. And if you're in Australia, Brazil, Canada, France, India, the UK, and the US, you can ask Alexa to sing a song for 20 seconds as a way to time how long to wash your hands. And it's a very catchy tune. Alexa can answer tens of thousands of other questions related to the coronavirus, and Amazon is working to bring accurate, timely information from official government and news sources to its devices. You can also make cash donations or schedule blood donations via the voice assistant. The functionality is a big step up from the information Alexa was offering previously. Earlier this month, Vox reported that Alexa would list off simple facts. Amazon's announcement follows a similar move from Apple, whose Siri voice assistant has also been updated to offer diagnosis advice. Users can take advantage of Alexa's new COVID-19 features on any device Alexa runs on, including smartphones, tablets, Kindles, and the ever-popular and more.
Oh, I think it's a good thing. Let's give more info on every possible device there is, right?
Yeah, my observation is this, I don't even know what to call it anymore. This crisis is going to teach us a lot of lessons about preparedness. And once we get on the other side of this, who knows when that's going to be. I think a lot of things are going to change in terms of how we approach just healthcare and these types of crisis situations in general. While initially out of the gate, it really tested everyone and it was like, the sky is falling and what do we do? You've seen how businesses responded of all sizes. And especially, Bart, you and I, we've had many conversations about this, how the tech industry has responded to this. I think it's really impressive, some of the things that you see out there. But you notice that we're going on week 4 or whatever of this, and suddenly now all this stuff is coming out. And this was something that you could say we saw it coming in January, but we didn't really see this. We didn't see how this was going to affect our life. And there wasn't really ways that you could say, well, you know what? There's a virus in China and maybe we should set up all this other things and set up these pages and set up these voice things. You don't know. You just don't know. And the way that tech has responded is in many ways impressive.
It is very impressive. And not only tech, you look at tech advertising, just being home and kind of watch a little bit of a TV, the ads change so quickly to have hey, we're closed, but here's some mobile ordering, right? And the tech of it is just from advertising to services to end of the day, even telehealth, like everything had to change really quickly.
Yeah, that's another point. Yeah, that's telehealth is now going, I think you're going to see there's a couple different things you're going to see suddenly become ubiquitous, whereas once it was like a fringe thing. Telehealth is a big one. There's no reason that most of us need to go to the doctor for a minor thing that can be diagnosed over a video call. I think that's going to really...
and like wait in waiting rooms for hours on end, like that just makes no sense, right?
Yeah. So you go there and you've got, I've got a sinus infection and there's 3 other people around you that are contagious. That's just unnecessary. So I think you're going to see a lot of changes with that. Mm-hmm. The other big change is, and I pointed this out to you guys last week when I did a Target drive-up pickup order, is the way we get our goods. I think the drive up and the Boppas, which I used to make fun of all the time, I will never make fun of it again. It's not only the convenience, but the contactless delivery. And I just think when people realize like, hey, you know what? This is actually a real convenience for me. I'm not strolling around a store spending unnecessary money. I'm there and I'm gone quickly. I think it's suddenly going to be a lot more popular, than it ever was. I was torn to actually tell people about this because I had such a positive experience. I'm like, no, I want to keep this for myself.
It's definitely going to change those things. And I think that's
yeah. And actually, we were having a discussion. We follow the news, and there are just so many things happening in the grocery space. We might just do a separate podcast just on the changes in the grocery business that have occurred in the last 30 days. It's pretty amazing and impressive. All right, we'll close with a little stat time. Fred Killingsworth, CEO of Cincinnati-based Amazon sales consultancy Hinge, who works with brands across 40 categories, said that while grocery sales have gone through the roof, he's seen sales in other categories decline as much as 25 to 40% in recent weeks, particularly in apparel and cosmetics. I have something to add to that. I found a stat the other day which said, I think it was a stat from Walmart that said the sale of tops is up, almost 40%, but sale for bottoms is down by almost the same percentage because people are video conferencing from home and don't need pants. But they predicted that will drop off when everyone finally realizes that you can just wear a hoodie when you go on Zoom and no one cares what your shirt looks like. So there's that.
That's the funny part. I was just talking to somebody yesterday and they're using the Zoom backgrounds specifically. Mm-hmm. They have a logo. The guy's, in a shirt. I was like, yeah, I'm just putting a hoodie on. People, I think, understand that more than anything else.
Yeah, the kids running in the background, the conferencing from your bedroom. I think it's, everyone gets a free pass, and I think that's going to stay for a while. I mean, we could do a whole podcast about the future of remote work. I have very specific opinions on that, being a long-time remote worker, but I think this is really going to change the landscape. But that's a podcast for another day. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media @SUMO Heavy.